What in the fuck? I pressed the goddamn fade in and out, and it just decided to do something different. We're going to do that again here. Hold on. What is going on here? Why won't it fucking fade?
I don't
Son of
know.
a bitch. There we go. Now I got it. Welcome to corn chips are done. Welcome to Irish. I was laughing. I'm your host, Dan Dean, stand-up comedian, podcaster, corn chip maker, cat owner. With me in the studio is my co-host, Wendi Ferguson, stand-up comedian, podcaster, no desk owner, plant killer. We're just a guy with a beard and his leprechaun, and this is Midget Television all day, every day. What's going on? It's been a minute. We're back. Is your goddamn microphone all fucked up too?
Is it?
No, it's all right. You just sounded weird there for a second. We're good. We're good.
If you hear something in the background, it's my damn ice maker. Did you hear that a while ago?
A while ago? You mean like 7 seconds? Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
because you're in your professional podcast studio there.
I know, I'm so unprofessional. Yeah.
I see what's going on. Look at me. I got a whole ass new podcast studio. I mean, I hung a sheet.
Sweet.
You can see all the wrinkles in it and shit going in. I'm not going to get a goddamn steamer for a temporary podcast studio. Actually, I found a different sheet that I think it's like a dark gray. I think I'll like that better, but I decided to leave the yellow, mostly because I'm like a goddamn ray of sunshine in everyone's lives. So I decided to leave yellow for at least one episode before plus I didn't really want to take it down.
It's yellow?
Yeah, this one behind me? Fuck color you think it is?
Dude, it looks totally fucking white.
I think your corneas are going in your old age there. Your goddamn.
No, I think yours are. You're got your glasses on top of your head.
This is a fucking. It doesn't look as yellow on the recording. I'm going to give you that. It does not. But this is a bright fucking yellow. I think the light is washing it out or something.
Yeah, because it looks white.
It's well, white's good. I mean, you know, once you go black, you never. But in this case, white's fine. It is what it is.
All right. About stepped in a hole there, didn't you?
Maybe next time I'll go with the. Maybe my dark gray will look black since this one looks white. Maybe my dark gray will look black. We're gonna check it out.
All right.
All kinds of shit going on. My corn chips are hardening over there.
So you really did make corn chips?
Oh man, listen. So you know, obviously, some people might not know. I went to the store the other day, and I found these corn tortillas. Which corn tortillas are goddamn terrible.
Right.
They're fucking awful. They're gross. Flour tortillas are the superior tortilla. If you're gonna get them, it's the gluten. Gluten makes them delicious. You want to eat that gluten. Corn tortillas, on the other hand, they're not good. But I found these packets of little corn tortillas that are, I think there are 42 of them, and they were $1. I'm like, I can't pass this up. You know,
right.
they're past their Best By date or whatever. That's why they were on sale. But those Best By dates are bullshit. That's just a goddamn scam created by the food companies to make you spend more money, to throw your perfectly good food out and buy more food. Dude. Expiration dates are not a real thing. They're fucking bullshit. Food doesn't go bad. It's
okay.
So I buy these corn tortillas for $1. Like it's just $1. Unfortunately, I at that moment forgot just how fucking terrible corn tortillas are. And so I got them home and I'm trying to eat them, and I'm having a hard time choking these son of a bitches down. So I'm just dipping them raw in fucking ranch and eating them. So the ranch would cover up the flavor, which
Here's the
it's
problem right
fine.
here. Ranch is disgusting.
What are you talking about? What kind of fucking Ohioan? What kind of Midwesterner are you? You don't eat fucking ranch.
I'm not a ranch fan. Why didn't you dip them in salsa? That would have been good.
It not. It would have been all right. It would have been all right, but I didn't have any salsa. I had some taco sauce, which I tried, but that did not sufficiently do the trick. And to be honest, the ranch wasn't the best. It pretty much covered the flavor, but it still couldn't cover that. Like corn tortilla. Okay, so let's back up for a second. I'm still living in this house, and I still don't have a goddamn kitchen.
Right.
So I don't have a stove. I do have a microwave, and I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I have a toaster oven. And a toaster oven is every bit as good as a goddamn regular oven. And once I realized that I could make corn chips in the toaster oven, it changed the whole game. It changed everything. I can only make 8 at a time because I can only fit 2 of those little tortillas. I cut them into 4, so I can only fit 8 of those little things on the little toaster oven tray. But so, at all times right now, I kind of have 8 corn chips cooking. So I just eat 8 corn chips at a time. Actually, everyone should probably do that. That just keeps you from eating and eating and eating corn chips all the goddamn time. They're delicious too, by the way. They're fucking amazing. Like the recipe I found, you just put olive oil and salt on them. I don't have any olive oil currently either, but I do have sesame oil. So I've been using sesame oil and just putting Himalayan sea salt on them, and they're goddamn delicious. And I eat 8 of them at a time and wait for the next batch to finish. It takes me about 2 minutes to prep them. Then they cook for about 8 minutes. Then you let them cool, and they kind of harden up. They crisp up while you're waiting for them.
So you're living on corn chips.
Well, I'm not living on them, but
okay.
Goddamn, look at that shit. It's delicious. Listen to this.
Yeah, it looks like what do you call them? Tortilla chips.
Yeah. What the fuck do you think it is?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like store-bought tortilla chips.
Yeah, except it's better.
Yeah.
It's a fresh tortilla chip past its expiration date.
That's not. Oh, okay, that's it. All right.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying either, but I won't go with it.
They're delicious and salty and crispy and warm. And now I'm going to be fucking with my mouth for the next 10 minutes.
Right.
And anybody who's watching and listening, well, you can fucking deal with it. God damn it. I don't have a kitchen. What do you want? Speaking of kitchens, there's a new show. I think it's on HBO.
Yeah.
It's called Harry Potter Bake Off. And it's a reality show. You know how much I love Harry Potter, yeah? So it's this reality show where they've got these teams of 2 who come in and they have to make this shit. Like they have to bake a cake or whatever and make it Harry Potter themed. And then they have the hosts are 2 of the actors from the show, and they have all these cameos from actors from the show, and then they have these judges that are judging their shit on the taste. And again, a huge Harry Potter fan here. Love the show. But this Bake Off is goddamn terrible. I can't deal with it.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a reality show or something. But I couldn't even get through one episode.
Well, it sounds like a pretty stupid.
It's not good.
Premise.
I thought the premise was all right. I was okay with it. I'm like, yeah, all right. They're making Harry Potter cakes. This sounds amazing, but it's fucking not.
Well, maybe it's because I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
I don't think so, because I am, and I can't deal with this show.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it either.
I was sitting there watching it with my friend, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is going on here? And,
yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I'm just watching it because you are. And I'm like, this is stupid. We're not going to watch this anymore. So, that's my rec for the week. Do not watch Harry
not.
Potter Bake Off. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, like, have you seen that show? Is It Cake?
No.
Oh, bro, that show's amazing. You gotta watch it. It's kind of the same thing. It's got these people who are baking cakes, and they have to bake them to look like a certain item.
Wait,
Whatever
maybe
the
I
item.
have. And they made some amazing looking
Yeah, they make
cake.
shit. They make shit that is supposed to look real, and a lot of the judges have to decide whether it is or isn't cake. They have to decide. Yeah, they put it next to the real thing, and the judge has to decide which one is cake and which one's not. So they'll
wow.
cut into it, and that show's good. That show's fantastic. Well, I think there's a second season. Even I only watched the first season, but I think there's a second season out.
Are you going through something or something? You're watching some weird shit. What are you doing with your life then?
Listen, I watched Is It Cake 3 years ago. Almost. It's been 2 or 3 years since I watched that. That's been a long time.
Right.
I don't even remember why I was talking about it except for Harry Potter. And that's the reason I watched Harry Potter. The Bake Off show. Because of the theme,
Makes sense.
I couldn't deal. I could not deal with it. I don't watch weird shit. I watched Cobra Kai this week.
I've never watched that.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're a goddamn 80s child.
No, I'm a 70s child.
No, you're a 70s baby. You were an 80s child.
Yes, but Karate Kid was amazing.
Yeah.
But I feel like Cobra Kai would be cheesy as hell.
It's supposed to be.
Well, I can't watch.
That's the point of it.
No, I can't do it.
Oh, it's Cobra Kai. As much as I'm not recommending Harry Potter Bake Off, I'm recommending Cobra Kai. That show's fucking awesome.
Did you see where they had the two dudes on the Tyson fight? They were in the audience, and they were advertising those.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio and William Zebka.
Yeah, I couldn't think of their names.
Yeah. And listen, so you're going to have a hard time convincing me that old fucking Daniel LaRusso isn't the villain in that show. It's almost like the roles are reversed. It's not supposed to be that way, but he's kind of a dickhead. It's a fantastic show. You gotta watch it, especially the first season. If you're a Karate Kid fan and you go into the first season of Cobra Kai, it's badass because it's got all these references from the 80s. It's got all these references from the original movies. It's got all the characters. It's fantastic.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, that's the point. That's how it got me hooked. Just watch it. And like later on, they're in season 6 now, and it's not quite so cheesy. It's not quite so nostalgic. They've got a whole plot and a whole story. But I got hooked way back in season 1 when they're doing all the nostalgia and all the.
That's
flashbacks.
why I got hooked on Stranger Things, even though I haven't finished it. Was because of the nostalgia and the period it was set in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is badass. This is
all the
badass.
80s references. Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
I'm not a big fan of Stranger Things, but that's the only thing that kept me watching was all those references. I did the first season of Stranger Things wasn't too bad, but then the second season was the first season. Like, I've already fucking seen this. What are we doing? It's exactly the same thing. And so I stopped watching, and then I don't know what's going on after that.
Wait, I was going to say something about when you said, when I was a kid, I think I was in the 4th grade. Me and my sister, my brother, my mom and dad, my sister's mom and her boyfriend, we all went to the movies to see Purple Rain. In the first 10 minutes, my mom and dad left. And I'm like, oh my God, are they leaving me? But I was so engrossed in the movie. I thought, oh, well, they'll be back or whatever.
They went to fucking the car, didn't they?
They went next door and watched the Karate Kid. And all the way home, my mom and dad talked about the Karate Kid, how good it was. And the other half of the car was talking about how cool Purple Rain was. Like, I couldn't believe I was allowed to watch that at my age because it's a little, you know what I mean? Not for a kid, really. But, yeah. But I'll never forget my parents telling me how good Karate Kid was.
So I have two takeaways from this whole thing. First of all, one of them's kind of stupid because I don't have a full thought about it. First of all, the Karate Kid 2 was the first movie I ever was allowed to go see alone in a theater. Me and my buddy, we went and watched Karate Kid 2. That was the first movie I ever saw without an adult supervision. Obviously, yours was Purple Rain. I get it. My second takeaway is I was listening to a podcast the other day. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but somebody was talking about, they mentioned Prince to the guest on the show, and this person didn't know who Prince was.
What?
Yeah, I think it was, I swear to God, it was Joe Rogan, and his guest didn't know who Prince was. And I'm they're blown away. Like, and it wasn't like an 18-year-old or something, who wasn't even around when Prince was alive. This was a person of normal age.
That makes my stomach hurt.
I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? You don't know who Prince is. What kind of world are we living in here? What is it? Even if you're not a fan of his music, you know who he is.
He's amazing.
You know who the fuck? I can't remember who that was.
Speaking of Joe Rogan, I was TikToking the other day, and they had a clip of Joe Rogan and Theo Von, and I absolutely love Theo Von. I think he's hilarious. He is
hilarious.
He makes me laugh, man. And
some of the shit he says is just so off the goddamn wall.
Yes, but they were doing these smelling salts.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
And the fuck am I watching? Like
they do that all the time.
And they ordered a whole. Like, give me another hit. Let me do it one more time.
Yeah, they ordered a whole case of those things. So every once in a while, one of his guests will come in and they'll want to try the smelling salts. Well, fucking Theo Von is like addicted to these things. Every time he comes in, he does it 2, 3, 4 times.
Let me hit it one more time. And I'm like,
yeah, he loves those things.
What the hell? Like, but yeah, he just says the most. But some of his stuff, like, he's got issues apparently, like,
oh yeah,
like mental health and like addiction and all that stuff.
But
he is so funny. Whenever his stuff pops up, I get excited. I'm like, oh, what's he got to say now?
The shit he says is just off the wall. Like he'll say something and you're like, wait, is that a real? Is he making this up or is that real?
What was the one I was watching the one day about pigeons, and I was rolling.
They don't have shoulders. They don't have shoulders. You can't trust them. They don't have shoulders. Who thinks of that? Pigeons don't have shoulders. You can't.
And he's so serious. Like, he's so convincing. Like, it's. And then when he has the one dude on, he's a comedian too. Bobby
Lee.
Yeah. They were on there together one day, and I was losing it. Like, I was losing my shit. But I really, really, really like Theo Von. Like, I would love to see him, like, his whole like a routine. You know what I mean?
Oh, his jokes are goddamn fantastic too. I think I can say this joke because probably everybody has heard it, because I mean it's pretty well memed and it's out on all the social media. But he says, his uncle or cousin, he says, my uncle got bit by a gay guy last week, so we'll see.
And he's like, he seems so down to earth and like cool, you know what I mean? Like, he don't seem like he would be a jerk, or like if you seen him. And
everybody says that he doesn't travel with like an entourage. He doesn't have a big crew that travels with him like everybody else does.
Yeah, I just really dig him. Like he's pretty cool. I really like him. But we'll say, damn, it just totally left my mind. I had something else to say too, but whatever.
I don't know. I feel like you said what you needed to say.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but I feel like what you were talking about came to a natural conclusion,
Okay.
and there wasn't really any need to say anything else.
Theo Bon's the shit. That's the conclusion.
You know who else is the shit? Speaking of comedians, goddamn Anthony Jeselnik.
I've not watched that yet.
That goddamn special is so fucking. I like Anthony Jeselnik anyway. I've always liked him. I like all his other specials. I try to listen anytime something comes out. But goddamn, he has the best special of the year.
Is he like anybody else, or is he unique?
Not really. Not really. Yeah, he's pretty deadpan. He doesn't hardly ever smile or laugh. He just tells a joke straight through, and they're real dark.
Oh wow.
He talks about killing kids and like I don't want to give away any of his jokes, but
okay, I'll watch it.
He's dark. You have to like dark comedy to like him. Like one of his jokes, I think I could say this because it's not really a joke, because he was talking about this woman who got pissed because he did a trans joke, and basically she came up to him and she said, "You can't do this joke. It could be misconstrued. It could be seen as problematic." And he said, "Yes, that joke could be problematic, but not when I say it." Which is true, because that's what he's known for. He just says dark, off the wall shit. You can't listen to Anthony Jeselnik and think, all right, this guy is saying a trans joke. He's transphobic. No, he's just fucking Anthony Jeselnik.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to check it out.
I thought that was fantastic. He said, yeah, that could be problematic, but not for me.
There was a lot of people on my timeline on Facebook that was talking about it when it came out, how good it was.
Oh, it's good
and stuff. So I'm check it out.
I also watched Tom Papa's special within the last couple of weeks, and it's pretty good too. Tom Papa.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Tom Papa? He's a pretty well-known comedian. I don't know. He's way different. He does a lot of jokes relating to getting older and living life as an empty nester. He's good though. I mean, Tom Papa just.
Oh, and another guy I like. He always wears the zip-up hoodies. He was on that show.
Eminem.
No, he's a comedian.
Okay.
Oh, I really want to remember his name. I watch him on TikTok all the time too, but he was on the Colbert show.
White guy, black guy.
He's black. He always wears his hair back, and he wears the zip-up hoodies. And he is very intelligent, and he's funny as shit. Why can't I think of his name right now? I'll get back to you on it. Maybe I'll remember throughout the thing.
Yeah, you let me know. But since you're talking about Eminem, you just reminded me. I also watched the documentary Bye Bye Barry about Barry Sanders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I don't watch documentaries. Fuck documentaries. But Barry Sanders is the best player to ever strap on football pads. So
right.
I was kind of working around the house, and I just was watching that as I went through. And I guess as far as documentary goes, it's pretty good. If you're a football fan, if you're a Barry Sanders fan. But Eminem in it, he does some of the music, and he's a Lions fan, so he was talking about Barry some.
Just right on.
The only other thing I watched this week was, and you're not going to have heard of this. Nobody has ever heard of it, and it's kind of wild because to me it's a goddamn winning combination. It's gold. It's a show called Chaos, Kaos.
I started to watch it, had to do something, and totally got distracted. But I definitely want to watch that. I love Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum's a badass.
I love him. He's amazing.
Yeah. As an actor, he's a badass. You know,
Yes.
not necessarily in that show because he's the villain, but
Yeah.
You know, it's a fun show. I like Greek mythology too, but I guess if you're not familiar, listeners, viewers, he plays Zeus, and it's about it's kind of an alternate reality where the gods exist in the modern day, and
yeah,
there's all kinds of shit going on. It's not the best show in the world. I'm not going to give it a rec like Cobra Kai, but if you like Greek mythology and if you like Jeff Goldblum, it's worth a watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I got halfway through the first episode, and like I said, squirrel, and went and got up and did something else. So it's so hard for me to watch stuff. It's hard for me to read a whole book now. I did a month ago. I read a whole book, and I was so geeked. So now I bought all these books because I got excited. Yeah.
You bought so many books, you had to get rid of your desk to make room for them?
My desk was falling apart. It's
right.
a piece of shit, so it had to go.
All right, that's fair.
Plus, I've come to the conclusion that, I have to climb a lot, being me, right? Some days I'm good at it, some days I'm not. While I have this desk chair that had wheels on it, and I'm like, you know what? This is a accident waiting to happen. We're just going to get rid of this. We're going to put my bed on the floor. We're going to eliminate as much climbing as we can because...
Time out.
What?
I made your fucking bed.
Time out. I got rid of that bed a while back, Dan. Sorry, but...
What the fuck are we doing here?
That bed's been gone for a minute.
You got rid of the bed that I made you?
Yes. I'm sorry. It went to a good home, though. Right. It went to a little kid that needed a bed. So...
All right.
Not that I didn't like your bed. I just...
Well, yeah, clearly you loved it.
You know how I had that bed for a long time. But you know how I am. I purge and I get rid of shit.
Yeah.
So anyway...
Furniture ADD.
I thought...
You got fad.
I need punctuality and I need to quit worrying about other shit and worry about not falling, breaking a hip, or whatever. I know I sound like I'm older than shit, but just being realistic. So now my bed's on the floor. I have no desk, but my room looks banging. Looks really cool. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I've been redoing shit around my house, trying to make my life easier.
Speaking of shit around your house, I was at this chick's house, and she took me into her like a sunroom or whatever, and she had all these plants in there, and I'm like, hey, listen, I know what that is. That's a monstera.
Was she a pro?
Yeah, of course. I mean, just fucking throwing out my goddamn horticulture knowledge over here.
Did she have a big one or a little one, miniature one like mine?
It was small. She said she saved it. Like her daughter moved and couldn't take it or something, and it was on its last leg, and so she snatched it up and has been nursing it back to health.
Oh, sweet! I love those kind of things. I like doing that, bringing a plant back to life. I love it.
Yeah, like she was pulling up her blinds or whatever, and it got wrapped up in the blind, so I hadn't really noticed it. But then she's trying to get it unwrapped from the blind. I'm like, hey, I know what this fucking thing is.
Right on. I also got rid of my fish.
You couldn't even keep a fish?
I had 2 little fish. I got rid of them, give them to my neighbor. She was geeked about it. But yeah, dude, I just...
Why do you keep getting these goddamn animals?
I don't know.
You know you're not going to keep them.
I don't know. I really wanted to keep my fish.
You got pet ADD too.
Dude,
you got fad and pad.
I got what?
Fad and pad.
What the fuck is
Furniture
that?
ADD and pet ADD.
Yeah. Well, I like change. Like I like stuff to. I get bored with stuff, so I want to
Yeah.
rearrange it.
I guess since we're talking about that, you saw what I got, right?
What's that? A
God,
cat?
goddamn cat.
I know. I
I'm,
couldn't believe it.
I'm a goddamn cat owner over here.
I
So
started to text you and go, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
yeah, so you obviously know how these goddamn animals would just get in my house, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting in my bedroom with the door open, and Clyde's food bowl is sitting out here kind of right in front of my door. And I'm just sitting there, I'm watching something on my phone. I'm sitting in my recliner watching something on my phone. And I look up, and this goddamn cat is just sitting there eating Clyde's food out of his bowl right outside my bedroom.
Ballsy.
I'm like, what in the and Clyde's not going to do anything because he's scared to death of cats. You know, he sees a cat come in, he's going to run and hide.
Oh, poor
So
Clyde.
there's no barrier between this cat and his food. So I chase this cat away, and it just comes right back. This cat has obviously been dropped off because it has no fear of humans. You know, it used to have a home because it has no fear of humans.
Right.
So I just walk in and I grab the cat and I toss it outside. I'm like, you can't be in here, cat. And it's just meowing, going crazy. Plus, I'm allergic to cats, and Clyde's scared to death of them. I can't be having a cat in the house.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes later, the cat's back in the fucking house. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So I have to go outside and I have to get shit and plug all the holes in the foundation, which needed to be done anyway. You know,
Right.
fine. The cat gave me an excuse to go do that. So I put the cat back out, and finally it got to the point where it wasn't coming back in. So I'm like, all right, I got all the holes plugged, no animals in the house anymore. We're good. So for the next 2 days, I'd walk outside and this cat would come running up to me and start meowing and shit. And every once in a while, I'd open the door and it would just run in the house. I'm like, I can't be having this cat. So I went out into my workshop and the cat followed me in there. And it's never left since.
Oh,
Even if I leave the door open, it won't go out of the garage. It just fucking stays out in my workshop. I'm like, you know what? Stay out here. You kill all the goddamn mice that you see. You live out here. There's sawdust everywhere for you. You have a ball. Have a good time. So I just put a cat dish out there. I give it some food and I give it some water. I even got it a litter box,
oh wow.
which, it was just pissing and shitting in the sawdust, but I didn't really want that laying around my shop. So I went ahead and
No.
got a litter box for it. And
It is a cool looking cat. Like it's unique looking.
it kind of is cool looking. And I didn't realize until somebody mentioned it to me that all calico cats and all that his pattern is called a tortoise shell. So all calico and all tortoise shell cats are female.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yep.
So I guess it's a girl. And now that I look at it, like this cat's always eating. Now that it must have been starving for a long time. But now that I give it food, it's always eating. Every time I walk in there, it'll come up and then jumps up and starts eating again. So I don't know if it's just eating so much that it's getting fat, or if maybe it came to me pregnant.
I was just getting ready to say you're gonna have little babies soon.
I'd rather not. But so I hope
Well,
it's just getting fat because it's a little gluttonous sloth piece of shit. But
you're gonna be overtaken with kittens and cats. But
Well,
you're probably not gonna have a mice problem anymore.
if there are kittens, they got to go. Like that cat can stay, but I'm getting
Well,
rid of the kittens while they're young and cute, and little kids can talk their parents into keeping them.
right?
I'm
Goodness gracious.
not gonna have that shit. What did you do anything for Thanksgiving
No, I did not. I stayed home.
by yourself?
Yeah. Well, Gloria was here. She worked, and we hung out and chilled. And I didn't go nowhere. Didn't do nothing.
I know people brought you food though.
Yes, my sister or my nephew did. Yeah.
That's fair. You know what I was thinking about though? Everybody's got all these traditions for whatever holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever. I don't have any goddamn traditions.
I don't either. Not
Nothing
anymore.
that I do. People have a certain day that they put up their Christmas tree and they do their decorations. And like my mom burns these candles on New Year's, and she always tries to get me to do it too. She'll bring me these goddamn candles. I guess my tradition is throwing away these candles that my mom brings me to burn. I guess maybe I should start fucking burning them because they're supposed to be good luck.
Right?
Or something. I don't know the purpose of them. They burn away all the bad shit from the year and bring in. I don't know. Maybe if I'd start burning them, I'd start having a little bit of that. That's the only tradition I know. But everybody's got these traditions. I don't have any fucking tradition. I don't care about a goddamn tradition.
No, I don't have any either. I do like them. I think they're cool, but I don't have any.
I guess they're cool for other people. Personally, me being in the military, I was taught that you don't want to do the same things because that's how the terrorists get you. They'll start to recognize your habits and patterns, so you want to switch it all up. I can't be having.
I'm game for that. They'll never know my pattern and habits.
Yeah, but
I switch it up all the time.
You're not getting away. You go to goddamn McDonald's all the time, though.
No, I cut that out.
What are you drinking right now?
It's tea.
From?
My house.
You just happen to drink out of a McDonald's cup, huh?
This is not a McDonald's cup. It's a Kairos cup.
A what?
Kairos. It's a coffee shop here in town.
Cairo, like Egypt?
Yeah. No, with the K. No, with the K.
Like chaos.
Yes.
Whatever.
But yeah.
Did you get booked on any shows yet?
Not till January.
All right. Well, I guess
I do have
January's
a job
coming.
this weekend.
You have a job?
Well, I mean, it's not okay. Let me put it this way. I'm leaving on Friday or Saturday, going to Pigeon Forge to be with the Littles. We're having our company Christmas party Sunday night. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we're filming, and I'm doing some backstage reporting. So, yeah.
Filming for like season 2? Or just filming TikTok? Wrestling. Okay. Wrestling. So a friend of mine who you probably know, or you've probably seen him for sure, but he sent me a clip for one of the micro wrestling clips.
Yeah.
It was the one where goddamn I can't think of his name. The little guy who drives the little like Ivar. It was the one where he pulls up and asks if you need. You're just standing there on the side of the road, and he pulls up and asks if you need a lift, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
He sends me this clip and goes, "Is this Wendi?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "I thought it was." Apparently, everyone's not familiar with the fact that you're a goddamn international TV superstar with.
I know, right? Stuck in Wilmington. I know. It's crazy.
I was like, yeah, that's her. They're cool people.
Mm-hmm. He's got 3 groups now, and I'll be meeting some new people that he's hired, some new Littles. So I'm excited about meeting the new ones. He's building a fucking empire, dude. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's cool, but I'm just like, wow. Never seen it. So I'm excited to be at this company Christmas party, to be surrounded by that many little people. I'm going to be geeked. I'll probably just stand there with my mouth hanging open, like, wow.
Is he going to dress? Sizes. Is he going to dress like Santa, just with all the elves around?
You know what? I don't know. It's hard telling with Jack.
He definitely should. I mean, you're never going to have that opportunity again.
I know, right?
I mean, I guess he will. He'll have that goddamn opportunity every day of his life.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas, and I really feel like he should play. Although he doesn't really. I mean, that's kind of how he makes his living, exploiting it. But he doesn't really exploit you guys like that.
No, not at all.
I
But
bet.
I'm excited to see everybody.
And
I don't like leaving my house though.
that's not a job. What are you talking about? You got a job. That's not a job.
Yeah, it is. I'm getting paid to do backstage reporting.
Oh, all right. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, it's a job.
Do more of that shit. I did 2 shows. I've done 2 shows since the last time we podcasted, and one of them was terrible. It was like a kind of a corporate event. It was a veteran show at this veteran organization. They had like a banquet or something, and it was a thing where the guy hired me to do comedy, but nobody knew there was comedy.
Oh, I love those shows.
And so, we ambushed them. And then as we walked in, I just looked at the crowd, and they were all, you could tell they were old to begin with. And they were all very reserved. They seemed pretty uptight to begin with. And I told the guy, I was like, this is not going to go well. It did not. And after the show, I walked off stage, and the guy said, listen, your heart was in the right place. I was like, all right, well, thanks. And one lady comes up to me, and she pats me on my shoulder. She says, you weren't that bad. I forget what somebody said something else to me. I can't remember what it was. The one guy was like, why don't you just go get a drink? I'm like, yeah, maybe you guys should have done that before I went up there.
Right? Maybe y'all need a drink. Shoot, loosen up a little bit.
So that one didn't go well. I also did a Don't Tell show, and that was pretty good in Yellow Springs.
Yeah, those usually are pretty good shows.
That one was fun. I think I have an idea for one of those. I'm gonna hook up with her and try to get that to work out.
Right on.
Do that thing. By the way, just real quick, if you get on TikTok, look up Allie the Piper,Ally the Piper. It's this chick who plays bagpipes.
Really?
She's pretty badass. Like she plays like Guns N' Roses.
Oh, cool.
Bunch of different shit. She's pretty good. That's my TikTok recommendation for the week. Allie the Piper, especially for people listening to an Irish podcast. As Irish as we are, we're Irish.
I love bagpipes. I think they're cool.
Yeah, and she does cool stuff, and she's also kind of hot too, so that doesn't hurt anything.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that you said you was going to go out on a date with?
No, that's Lindsay Sterling, which she's blowing me off here.
Really?
She's a violinist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked her up. I was like, who the hell is he talking about? Let me check this out.
Yeah, she's badass. She's also Mormon, which we'll get past that. Yeah, Miranda and I went to see her. We went to see her at the Ohio State Fair last year.
Yeah.
Which, I never really had any plans to go. I've always liked her, but I never really had plans to go see her in concert. But, Miranda got these tickets for me, so we went and watched, and it was pretty badass.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. She's obviously a very good violin player, but she, choreographer and dancer and shit too. While she's, it's a show. It's a whole. And yeah, she's Lindsay Sterling. If you're not familiar, plus, again, she is also super hot. She is also from the town where my son lives in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't live there anymore, but that's where they graduated from the same school. She's like 15, 20 years older than him, but whatever.
Too bad she doesn't still live there.
Yeah, I know. We could hang out there.
I know, right?
And it's real weird. He lives out by Phoenix, and there's a huge Mormon population there. Did not know that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Me and Jamel has had extensive conversations about the Mormons
They're a little
out there.
different. They're a little different.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a lot there.
it's not Scientology or anything, but it's
still
yeah, no, it's pretty.
yeah. I was
But
like,
I'm willing to overlook that for Lindsay. So listen, if you're listening to this, stop blowing me off. Stop ignoring me, Lindsay. We have our whole future ahead of us, and
right? But yeah.
you know, well, did you ever do your homework?
No, dude, I don't never do my homework.
I fucking know. You're never going to either. You're going to keep saying you're going to do it, and you're never going to do it.
Okay, well, which homework we talking about?
Watch an Office Space.
Oh, that was my first assignment. My second assignment wasn't it to watch Penguin?
Well, it wasn't an assignment. That was a recommendation.
Haven't you given me a couple assignments though? I feel like you have.
I had a riddle. Somebody said a riddle. I was gonna say it, but I can't remember it. I remember it. All right, you ready?
Oh God, no.
Okay. This one's easy. This one's easy.
You always say that.
Yeah. This one's easy. We're running a race. Imagine you can run and you're not walking around like a peg leg pirate. Or we're driving little midget cars or whatever. It doesn't matter. We're in a race. I'm in second place. You pass me. What place are you in?
Wouldn't I be first? If you're in second place?
Yeah, I'm in second place and you passed me. What place are you in?
Is this one of another one where you got to pay attention to the wording?
Well, I mean, kind of. I don't know. A little bit straightforward. I'm in second place. You passed me. What place are you in?
It seems pretty obvious, don't it?
What is it?
If you're in second place and I pass you, that means I'm in first.
Does it?
What other place would I be? If I pass you and you're in second place.
If I'm in second place and then you pass me, what place are you in? This is going way better than I expected.
I don't like these. They make me feel ignorant.
Well, this one maybe that's probably a logical thought.
You see that? Last place.
Well, no.
What am I missing?
The fact that you passed me when I was in second place? I didn't say I was in second place after you passed me. I was in second place before you passed me.
I don't know. It don't make sense to me. What?
So, all right, you got a man in first here, yeah. You got a man in second here, yeah. Here's Wendi coming up, coming up this way. You're in third. You pass the person in second. What place are you in?
Third.
Are you?
I don't know. There's three fingers there.
This man's in second. This man's in first. Wendi comes in third place and passes the man in second. What place is she in?
Second.
Oh, what do you know about that? That one went way better.
I can't believe I passed high school. Can you?
I can't believe college. I can't believe that one took you as long as it did.
Oh Lord.
What you got coming up? Just January? When's that?
I don't know. I'd have to look at my phone, and my phone's in the living room.
All right. That's not doing us very much good. but I guess we can do a couple more shows before then, so we're not in a panic right now. I'll be at Bricky's on December 21st doing their toy drive show.
I saw that. You know, I've never done comedy there yet.
You haven't?
No, I've been booked there like 3 times, but
Yeah, we'll get you on there.
yeah, is it pretty cool?
Oh yeah, Bricky's is fantastic. It's a good spot to kind of fill that void that Wiley's left.
Sweet.
Good place. So December 21st, bring out you get in if you bring a toy. That's kind of the idea behind the toy drive. Don't bring a can of peaches. Although I think I might. That's an inside joke. Some of you get it, some of you won't. Bring a toy. Come to this show December 21st. I feel like Kevin really went out of his way to get like a whole bunch of old school Dayton comics for this show.
Oh, really?
Have you seen the lineup?
Yeah.
It's got Jesse Nutt, Rob Haney, Nate. Like I'm the comic on the, I've been doing this for 15 years and I'm the comic on the show who has the least experience. I started after everybody else.
Yeah.
Karen, Ray Jackson, just a bunch of like old school Dayton comics. And which kind of is, it's a compliment to be included in that, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'm kind of pumped for that show because there's a lot of good comics on there.
You have to let me know how it goes because that's a good lineup.
Yeah, or you could just fucking come out.
Okay, yeah, you gonna come pick me up?
Maybe.
When is it again? The 21st?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have shit going on. You're not going to be in Pigeon Forge.
No.
That week. Anyway, I didn't really plan anything after this. Oh, how about a curmudgeon complaint of the week? We didn't do that.
I thought that was corn tortillas.
Oh, that wasn't one, but goddamn, they're terrible. But I'm making lemons. Life gives you corn tortillas, you make lemonade. That's what I'm doing here. I'm making lemonade out of my corn tortillas. But I have all kinds of these here. How about people pronouncing the word gyro? Pronounce that. And the food.
I know people say it different ways.
Yeah. And
Gyro?
there's one right way to say it, and it's gyro. Motherfucker, go Greek restaurant and order a gyro. What in the fuck are we talking about here? It's not a goddamn gyro. And what's even worse is if somebody's working there and they call it that.
Right.
I can't eat here if you don't even know how to pronounce the goddamn food you're serving. What are we talking about? What's going on here?
Oh, man.
Motherfuckers. Anyway, if you don't have anything else, if you guys have any ideas for the show, if you want to be on the show, if you have any questions about podcasting, about comedy, about making corn chips, about Irish coffee, about brands of paper towels, about epoxy resin, about football, God damn it, fucking Buckeyes lose to fucking 6-5 Michigan. Fuck you, goddamn.
Oh man.
Shit, you motherfuckers better go win a national championship now. That's the only way you can make up for that.
It's been the season of the underdogs.
Fuck those underdogs.
I know, right?
The goddamn Bengals aren't any better. About hot chocolate, about shag carpet in the 70s, about shoveling snow, about chiropractic practices, about Pyrex, about balancing your checkbook, about life in general, guys. Shoot us an email at iwishiwaslaughing@gmail.com. Until then, you guys take it easy, and we